Good morning, Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel here. Welcome to Norwal Farms. It is Thursday, March the 7th, and this is the beginning of Goldie's story. She has her babies, then rejects her babies, and then she reaccepts her babies. So this is Goldie's story. It is noon on Thursday, March the 7th, and Goldie was exhibiting the signs of first stages of labor last night, calling and restlessness. And now she's laid down and she's actually starting to contract. So we should have some babies here probably within a half an hour to an hour. The first membrane that broke and the fluid came out, that's called the chorion. And then the second membrane is the amnion. You can just see and that's what they call the water bag as well. But you can just see when she strains, that little dark circle is the amniotic sac of the first baby. I assume there's more than one, but it's the amniotic sac. You can see the amniotic sac coming out there. There we go. You can see that stretching the vulva, and there's a foot in there. You can see the foot. Yeah, I could intervene now and break that, but she may not be fully dilated. And like I said, this is a much slower and gentler. That it just broke there. That's a foot, I believe. I don't think it's a nose. If it is a nose, I will intervene because it's coming without the feet. Yeah, I better get a glove and check. It's making progress. It's coming out on its own. I'm going to break that sac, though. Looks like it might be a backwards birth. Yeah, it's coming out backwards. There we go. Okay. There you go. You did well. Actually, it was a breech presentation, which means it came tail first, and had it been a bigger kid, then would have been a problem. But she was making progress, so that's why I didn't intervene. As long as I make continual progress, even with the breech. Oh, here comes the second one. The black one. There you go. Good sized baby. And another buck. The first one got everything dilated, and the second one was behind, push and say, let's hurry up and get out of here. And I think there might be a third one right there. Don't know. Might be another water bag right there. My guess is she's going to have triplets. As big as she is. I emailed the breeder I got these from and asked him if he left the triplets on the doe or if he pulls one off. He's done it both ways. He said that if you leave it on the doe, then you have to give them extra grain while they're on pasture and creep feed the lambs or the kids. Otherwise, you leave them on for 2 weeks and then pull the babies off and bottle feed them. You just take one of them off and let her raise a set of twins. He said if you don't, oftentimes, if you let them raise the triplets a year later, they are stunted. They just don't grow as fast or grow as well. So most likely we're going to end up pulling one off after 2 weeks and have some bottle babies. Oh yeah, there's another one. Number 3. There he is. She. Hopefully it's a she. Oh, another black one. And that is a girl. That little guy has crawled under there, and he was latched on, so he's been nursing. I had the red one nursing while she was laying down. But that is excellent. They're not even dry yet, and Mother Nature at its finest. They're really strong. So since they're nursing here, I'm not going to tube those two. The little black female, I'll probably tube her with some colostrum, but that's incredible. They're all doing quite well. Got them all weighed. The red one weighed 8 pounds, the other two weighed 6. Very vigorous. They nurse their bellies full, so I'm not going to tube them. They nurse from the doe. The little black buckling with a white face, white spot, he's got just a slight parrot mouth. That's where the upper jaw is just slightly longer than the lower one. That does occur in goats. Shouldn't be a problem, but we'll have to watch him. The only problem it might be was, if he can't graze, but it looks worse than it is because the white chin makes it look worse. But we'll just watch him and see. Got some new developments. That little brown lamb on Goldie, or kid on Goldie there, she won't let it nurse, and she's been kind of butting at it the last day or so. He's one that escaped into the next pen, and I think he was gone overnight, like 2 nights ago, and I put him back in, and that's when all this started. I hope I don't have to pull him off, but we're going to have to pull off one of these anyway, so if that's the case, we'll pull him off sooner rather than later. I'll still work with him for a few days and see if we can't get her to claim him. I don't want to put her in a head stanchion because she's taking care of the other two, and we have to pull one off anyway. All right, she's been attacking the red buck, and then she also bit the black doeling. She's just likes only the one baby, so she's got a stanchion there. She'll just have to get used to it. She can stand up, lay down. I'll put water and feed out in front of her. She won't be able to see the babies. They can go up and nurse. And she's going to stay in this probably 5 days or so. We got to get her over this situation. So we'll probably try after 3 or 4 days. If she's still fighting it, we'll put her back in it. So I had to put this blockade up because the goats were beating her in the head. So I said she can stand up, lay down. She got her hay, she got her water. We'll give her grain. And the kids can nurse, and she won't know who they are, can't see them. And the theory is they consistently nurse, and then they will smell like her milk, and she will then accept them. It's supposed to work in sheep about 90 or 95% of the time. Goats are a different critter, so I don't know. Fingers crossed it works, but that's what we've come up with so far. I had to get in there and help them, but once I got on, she stood still and she's chewing her cud, letting her milk down. So I think they'll get the drill down, I hope. She was kind of stomping to begin with, but she can't see them, and they can get under there and nurse on her. So hopefully this works. Yeah, it's not going well with Goldie. We had an stanchion, but they go to nurse and she kicks at him or bucks. So we put hobbles on her back legs. Makes her stand still. And plus the kids will have to learn to just go in and nurse on her. But we'll watch those hobbles, make sure it doesn't rub sores on her. But she can lay down and stand up. She just can't kick. So not sure what caused this, but she's really not wanting these two kids. Okay, with the stanchion, she was still going side to side, and so I put hobbles on her so she would quit kicking. Still going side to side, so we put this guardrail in here. And she's actually letting them nurse, and when they nurse, she chews her cud, because that's milk letdown. So I'm thinking we'll leave the hobbles on overnight, and then we'll try taking those off tomorrow, because if she can't hop side to side, they can, latch on, and they've been drinking good tonight. So hopefully this works. She's been eating and drinking, and for whatever reason, she just doesn't want them to latch on. I've given her Banamine for pain, and that didn't make any difference. So hopefully she changes her mind here. Kids are doing well, so we'll see how it comes along. This is working well, because see, they're in here now. Both of them are nursing. And if we can just keep her from evading them, I think maybe this will work. She's up there eating and chewing her cud, and before she was jumping from side to side and just wouldn't stand still. But with that guardrail, that's keeps her so she can't go from side to side. So the baby should be able to nurse. So we'll leave the hobbles on tonight. They're not tight. She's just standing there, and she can lay down and stand up with them. Sunday morning, March the 10th, and we took the hobbles off of Goldie last night. We didn't leave them on all night, and you can see she's moving a little bit there, but she has been letting them nurse pretty well. So, and the kids are getting more comfortable and more assertive with her. She's eating and drinking and laying down, standing up. So, so far it's working. See, one just went in right there and started nursing. So she moves around a little bit, but she's been letting them nurse pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's the best we can do right now. Okay, we got everything taken apart, and it's just been a few minutes, so they haven't tried to nurse yet, but she didn't attack any of the babies right away, so we'll clean that pile of manure there out, because that's where she was standing all the time. And like I say, those were the two that she didn't claim. Proof in the pudding will be if they go to nurse. Oh, there's one. Cool. Just letting it nurse. Let's see if he does. We're going to leave her in here a couple of days just to make sure she's okay with everything. And there's the one she likes. So, and the brown one's the first one she rejected. So, right now everything looks pretty good. We'll see how it goes. She's chewing her cud, letting them nurse. So I think maybe it worked. Fingers crossed. She's been loose all day, and babies are nursing. So she's been doing really good today. We'll let her out of the pen tomorrow. She should be good to go. But very pleased. That stanchion worked really well, and she's being a good mom.